what's up? Strength Tuesday and Friday, it's our Rhino timer. So that is 2 4-minute AMRAPs back to back, 2 different exercises, followed up by a 2-minute EMOM. That's how we're gonna do it. So 2 sets, knock out the rep count within the minute, take the rest of your time to recover, do it again. We move to the other side of the room and repeat the timer. So it's 2 4-minute AMRAPs on each side with a 2-minute EMOM at the end, and then same thing on the other side. Cool. Let's get moving. We start with our single leg sit to stand. Take the bench. Throw it up to the top. You can also use a chair for some of our taller folk or the folk with bad knees to kind of elevate them, give them less range of motion on it. But take the foot all the way in, put the other one wherever you want. I like to cross my leg. This is not necessary. Have it hover. Have it pull in, whatever you can do to make sure it does not touch the floor. For me personally, that's here. Throw up a weight if you want, hold it tight in your hands, stand up to the top, right back down, knock out your reps on each side. Cool, take the rest, do it again. Pretty straightforward. The big thing that's gonna help people get this done is making sure the weight is pulled over their foot, think like a normal squat. So if it's a dumbbell, they gotta lean forward. If it's just their body weight, still gotta lean forward to get over the foot before you drive to make sure the quad and the glute are the things doing the work. After that, we're moving on to pull-ups. Assisted pull-ups, obviously. Take the band, wrap it however we gotta wrap it. Get yourself up. Then we drive chin above the bar, but I like to visualize, and the cue I use is chest to the bar to make sure they're not pulling everything out in front. They're able to drive down and back to get the chest to the top of the bar, drive the elbows behind their body and almost break the bar apart is the cue I was told when I was learning how to do them. Nice and high, control the eccentric. Make sure they're getting a big stretch at the bottom of the rep. If they just give half reps, they're not doing anything. You want to feel that stretch through your lat, through your back at the bottom of your rep. After that, we'll finish on this side of the room with a set of bicep curls. Normal curls, nothing special. This is going to be your EMOM, so you have a set amount of reps to do within a minute. Let them start down at the bottom. Rotate pinkies up, right back to the bottom, keeping the elbows glued in tight to their ribs all the way through. Cool. Bicep curls or whatever, not a huge deal there. Moving on to our goblet squat, heel elevated goblet squat. We're looking for range of motion on this one. Throw the weight up high to your chest, heels up onto the top, toes are still on the floor, knees pull apart. As I sit down as low as I can, drive right to the top, pushing through those heels to get you through the full range of motion. Despite the fact the heels are up, they are still the driving force. It's still what I'm pushing into. Single arm, landmine row. So, set it down. You're gonna hold up at the very tip of it as you're standing forward, especially the more weight you have, the more plates you have, the further forward you're gonna have to go. As you hinge down, drive up and back, right to the bottom, pulling that into your pocket, your elbow to the sky. If you have plates, you're gonna notice it's just barely missing your butt on the way up. Like I said, the more plates you have, probably the further forward you're gonna need to go, and then adjust your arm in accordance with that to make sure everything's lining up where it needs to be. Elbow over the weight for most people coming towards their pocket. Last one is a pretty straightforward movement. We do them all the time. It's our reverse lunges. Take the 2 weights, the 1 weight, the no weight. This is your EMOMs. Tap the knee up to the top, back and forth for however many reps I put on the thing. Take your rest of your minute to recover, then do it again. Cool, moving on. You got incline chest press on the other side. On Friday's workout, that's what I meant to say. All the way down, all the way up. Arms are moving vertically, not perpendicular to my body. Straight to the top, straight to the bottom, not out in front. We do them all the time, it's whatever. Bob Bova always wants chest press. He's sad when there's no chest press, so here you go, Bob. Sumo RDLs. This is your normal RDL motion with your feet out to the side and to the corners. So butt's gonna go back far as I can get without my knees bending a ton. Drive to the top.
I like to do this one with 2 dumbbells as opposed to kettlebells, just because it gives me the full range of motion and still allows me to go heavy. Whatever they need, go for it. Doesn't make that much of a difference. Your EMOM for today's is going to be an overhead extension. For that, I'm probably standing up, but just for sake of the video, elbows out, drive to the top, right back down, letting that come as far behind as you can get it. Keeping those elbows more to the corner instead of to the side. To really focus those triceps and make sure your shoulders aren't doing any of the work like it's a shoulder press. Cool. Speaking of shoulder press, half kneeling overhead press. Kettlebell, dumbbell, again, whatever they got. On the one knee, load it up to the top. Let that elbow come in, right back up, right back down. Something nice and heavy where they feel it's difficult to stay upright to make sure that core is engaged. Then we will hit a landmine, single leg RDL. So, landmine on the floor. I'm going to stand with my hip just a little in front of it. If I go over here, bar is here, hips next to it, kick my foot out, hinge down as low as I can, right back to the top, try to keep my chest as flat as I can, and let that back foot lift up as high as you can get it. The more that's going to come up, the more imbalance you're going to feel as you're working through it. You should probably watch what I'm doing, not watch myself in the video. At the bottom, the bar is going to be pretty close to that other foot as you're going through. So really just kind of let the bar follow its path. You focus on what your body's doing. Good time to remind them that the weight is just resistance. The movement itself is whatever their body is doing. The weight really doesn't make that much of a difference in terms of being the thing they should be focusing on. We finish out with some bridges for 2 minutes, something nice and heavy. Squeeze to the top, big squeeze to the glutes and hamstrings. Nice and controlled back down for however many reps I put on the sheet. Sweet. Have fun with it. Really drill heavy weights. It's only 4 minutes, so they're not going to be getting a ton of sets in. Most people, knowing that people don't take their rest, are probably going to get about 3. Some people 2, and that's a-okay too. That's usually a sign that they're lifting heavy and they're doing it properly. Don't cue them into starting light and going heavier. Try to get them to start heavy and stay heavy so that they're getting the most out of all their sets. Cool. Questions, let me know. Other than that, you got it.